What's up, guys? We're live from the Brojo for another episode of the Roshan Bros News. I am your host, Kia Not Keith, and I am here today with...
Yawning, tired.
It's Gil. Gil's the only one here, and Gil still does not know how to just say his name on these things. He's been here a year, but Gil just says random verbs and or adjectives or nouns to let you know he's here. But that's Gil's voice, because this week it's a duo of Kian and Gil. It's the Kian and Gil show. We haven't had just a two-person podcast since the beginning of since the olden days of the Monday monologue with me and Jay. So...
Poor Jay.
I guess, man. I guess. So, Gil, have you watched any media or anything that you have something you would like to talk about?
Been watching a bit of Drifters with John.
And how do you like Drifters?
It's pretty good. It's made by, I'm guessing it's animated and actually made by the same person that did Hellsing.
It is actually not. It's actually made by Studio Drifters. It is the manga that was by the same author. And
because the art style is very similar.
It is very similar.
And it just gives off that feel.
Eli really loves Drifters. He
really
loves Drifters. He told me that was his favorite anime he has seen so far. Of animes I've made him watch.
Is it because it has Hitler in it?
No, it's just because he's like, it's the least Japanesey thing he's seen. Plus it's high fantasy as well, so anything high fantasy gets Eli going.
I guess so, yeah.
So what are things you like and dislike about it that you've seen so far with that?
I don't know, it's just... I liked Hellsing, I like the abridged, I like this. The art style is wonderful.
Yeah.
Even though it gets excessively red pretty quick.
The hypersec. That's the thing that's awesome about this one, though. This one, I think works more sense than Hellsing.
That's because everybody isn't a vampire.
Well, Hellsing's gunplay was just, a little excessive to me throughout those series. This is, raw brutality. Toyohisa is cutting fools.
Yeah.
I love it.
They bring a lot of actual sense-making to what they do. A lot of wartime strategies.
Yeah, see, and that's another reason I really like it, is because, it's a legit historical figures. Jesus is a bad guy.
Is that who the bad guy is?
Yeah, you didn't see, he's got, hole marks in his hand.
I mean, a lot of people had hole marks in their hands. I'm guessing he could have come from the time where crucifixion was big.
But, you didn't get the context clues?
I haven't seen all of it.
The context clues, you'll pick them up. The context clues
makes a lot of wheat.
He's able to, heal people with his touch and things like that. And he's like, I gave humanity a chance for salvation, and they betrayed me.
Half the time I can't make out what he's saying.
Oh, man, I love it. Plus, I also like Toyohisa's rival. I don't know if you've gotten that far.
No.
Okay, so he's the smoke samurai. He's fucking cool.
The one that summons ghosts.
Yeah. Of his ancestors. That's one of my favorites. That and Billy the Kid and the Sundance Kid. Those two are really cool characters to me.
What I want to know is, how come the bad guys can start fires, create blizzards, summon ghosts, and all they get is guns and swords?
Okay, so the reason why is that the END, the Ends were the people who were betrayed by humanity. They spent their entire lives doing what they thought was right, and then at the end of it, humanity screwed them over. Then Leary comes around, and she's like, I'll give you a second chance. You just have to damn humanity. And so they do, so they get magical abilities. Whereas the Drifters are people who lived really shit-ass lives, but had a sense of morality. But that did terrible shit. And he's like, alright, I picked you, go through that door, gab at it. The interesting thing, though, about the Ends, though, is that all of their powers are derived from how they died. Joan of Arc was burned to death.
Yep.
It's just super cool. I love Anastasia. Like, her powers are, like, just hardcore terrible. Like, deadly. And Rasputin is, like, one of my favorite, like, villains in that. Just because he is legitly how Rasputin would be, besides not looking like Alan Moore, which was kind of sad.
Oh.
They made him pretty looking.
I mean, they do that for a lot of historical figures in anime.
I know, it makes me really weirded out. Like, King Arthur, and then, like... I was watching the new Fate series. I was on Netflix, so I was just like...
Which one?
The one where it's like an internet simulation. Excelia, I think. Yeah, Nero Claudia is a girl, and then Captain Drake Morgan is a girl. And I'm like, oh man.
This is the Terry thing all over again.
Yeah.
Except you're okay with this.
It's not that I'm okay with it. It's
you're
just
okay
kind of
with
like...
it.
No, I'm not okay. It's not that I'm okay with it. It's just they already did this with Arthur in their first ever anime in their first ever adaptation. Like, Arthur has a vagina, and I'm like, okay, fine. Do you know what those were?
But why though?
Yeah. Do you know what those originally were though? They were porn games. Yeah.
Light novels.
God, this sounds weird. It freaks me out. Like, it's actually like Fate Zero is a well-written anime series, and you're like, where does it come from? Porn games. I'm like, god damn. Oh, I also watched Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, the animated movie, one of the few R-rated DC movies, and it's actually really, really good.
The weird thing about that is it actually ends up being a payoff for the Flashpoint movie that they had.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was like so weird.
Years in the making.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure they either screwed up and just like went with it, or they planned that out hardcore.
I think they planned that out.
Which makes it even weirder, because this is DC. They can do that. They can make a decent movie, but all they ever focus that movie making on is the animated stuff.
It was so good, because it also was a grindhouse film. Like, that intro is like the opening intro plays out like a grindhouse intro with like the really bad like camera, like with the
vintage footage.
Yeah, the vintage footage for the intro. It's a super good movie. And, like, I was super surprised. Like, I like most of DC's animated movies, though. And the Flashpoint Paradox was, like, probably up on my top 10 favorite DC animated movies.
The one thing that weirded me out there was the lips on Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
That was just jarring.
Super insinuated lips.
Same with Bruce.
Yeah. But, like...
And it was just those two.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You want to know why I like this movie a lot? It's because all of their Justice League or DC movies always deal with Batman. Justice League Dark, everyone in the Justice League is possessed besides Batman.
Because he's Batman.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like this movie a lot because there's no, like, they go to Gotham, and there's no Batman.
Teen Titans doesn't deal with it.
Teen Titans Go?
Yeah, no, the DC animated one, the...
Judas Contract?
I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah, the newest one? Yeah, it does not. But it does
with Damian.
It does heavily involve the Batman family.
Just because Damian's there.
Nightwing's there too.
Yeah, but is he really there for longer than like...
He's there for that entire... He helps them stop the Hive. And stuff like that.
See, I was thinking of the one before that.
DC versus Titan... DC versus Justice League
versus Titans, yeah.
Also heavily goes with Batman.
Really?
Yeah, because Batman's like, I bring my sidekicks here. Like, all those movies always have Batman in it in some way or another. This had no Batman. That's what I'm trying to say here. There was no Batman.
Family and all.
Yeah, no Batman just thrown into it just because he's Batman.
But he's Batman.
I hate that fucking excuse. I do.
And I love it because it's so hilariously easy to use.
I enjoyed this movie a lot because, like, Bronze Tiger was in it, and he's actually one of my... I really, like, this sounds super weird, I really like martial arts characters in comic books, just because when I was younger, I was doing and into all that stuff, so that just makes me excited. So it's just like... And I also watched Disenchantment, and that's a really good show, too. I highly recommend it. The one thing I do need to let everyone know is it is a linear story throughout the 10 episodes. It's not like episodic like your Futuramas and The Simpsons, but it still's got that flair that Groening always brings in. So it's fun. I recommend it. So watch it if you'd like. Speaking of Netflix, we're gonna go to our trailers, Gil.
Oh.
It's the first episode. It's the first part called the trailer trash. The first trailer we're gonna talk about, Gil, is Next Gen.
Boo! It was bad.
Why is it bad?
Because it just looks like a discount mishmash of WALL-E and Big Hero 6.
I did not get that vibe, actually.
I got that vibe throughout the whole thing.
I got like an
Animation
Astro
isn't very
Boy
good.
vibe, actually. Do you remember that Astro Boy with like Nicolas Cage voicing?
And the machine gun butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I kind of got from this. It's the same kind of like animation feel I too.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have that
I'll
feel
give you
too.
that one.
And like I don't get the I can get the Big Hero 6 vibe. I do not get the WALL-E vibe.
Just like him finding someone and then building a relationship because they're friends now.
Yeah, but they're not like
Yeah, I know, and just being loose.
it's not like the Shape of Water machine style like Transformers Bumblebee.
Yeah.
No,
That joke will never not be funny to me.
I think to me though it's different. Like this is obviously aimed towards small children and not for like the movie critics we are.
The highly esteemed intellectual sorts.
Yes, of course. No, I mean like it looks like it works out perfectly for small children. Like, feel like this is definitely a movie like I could watch with like my kids and they'd like be into it and I could just like be on my phone playing like Tetris or something. Playing
Yeah.
Devil Battler or something like that.
Just turn off the brain.
Yeah, this definitely feels like. The next movie though, I am actually kind of excited about. Happy Time Murders.
Yeah, every trailer they come out with just makes me want to watch it even more.
Dude, this thing that still gets me from that first trailer is the fucking Silly String scene.
Also,
I will never see Silly String the same.
do you want me to take out my gun? No. Not unless you're talking about your wiener.
This looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so funny to me. Like, it's just like...
Oh, this one improved on the silly string, too.
Yeah, I know. It's just... Good God. You know who made this?
Who?
Jim Henson's son. Like, Brian... Like, I don't think it's Brian Henson, but one of the other Hensons has been working on this.
Dang.
Yeah, how does that make you feel? That, like... Yeah, his dad is like... I don't know how his dad feels about this.
Oh, not good.
Jim... Brian Henson is the director and producer.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's... I really want to see this, though. It's just...
It looks so good.
It's super funny. It's like... It's combination of, like, semi-gritty noir. It's basically like, what's that one... What was that one movie? Gary the Rabbit or something like that? That was back in the day?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No. It was like a movie you should not... It's Seth Green. Hold on, I'm going to find it. It had, like... It was, like, a super not good thing, but it was in the kids' aisle of your local theater. It was just kind of like how people... When you put, like, South Park bigger, longer, and uncut. You know, in the theater when it probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Hold on. But, like, no. But, like, what were, like, things that you caught on in this movie?
The trailer?
Yeah.
They play a lot of jokes to make fun of the fact that it's very puppet-based.
Yeah.
Making
Meet the
callbacks.
Feebles.
Huh.
That's the one. That was the one that was, like, super... This is very, very reminiscent of Meet the Feebles. It was, basically an R-rated version of Sesame Street. So, yeah, I did a lot of sex and violence. So that's the movie I was thinking of. This also, to me, though, is like... Oh, it was made by Peter Jackson. The guy who made fucking Lord of the Rings. That's weird.
A lot of directors have really weird movies they've done.
Yeah. So, like, no, with this in mind, though, this is actually super... I like puppetry. Like, the newer Muppet movies were not, like, the best Muppet movies, but I just love them because they're the Muppets. Like, you put the Muppets in anything for me, and I just watch them, I was just like, yes, this is so fun. So awesome. And knowing Brian Henson is behind this
Makes it that
makes
much
it better. And knowing that, like, Sesame Street tried to sue them.
And lost.
and they brought a fucking
puppet to defend themselves.
Puppet to defend them. This is just awesome.
And they still won.
Yeah. Then we go to Arizona. Not really going to Arizona because that's where Zach's at right now.
I mean, we could have pre-recorded something with him talking about this. You could have thought about that.
Yeah, I could have, but I didn't.
No, you did not.
I'm sorry. Zach's on vacation, guys, and Eli's sick. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Poor bud.
So.
What did he have?
I don't know. I didn't really ask him. He's like, I'm sick. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm not gonna be like, bring a doctor's note next time you're here, so you.
Oh, just like wondering what he has.
I think he's like, I don't know. I think he has like the flu or something.
Yeah, that'd probably be good.
Food poisoning. But Arizona's a very interesting story to me. It's because it's like it's a murder, but yet it's like it just escalates to the worst. Yeah, I love this though.
Yeah.
It's got fucking just got everything set up for it to be either really, really good or really, really bad. And I really like Danny McBride though. So like I feel like I hope it's good. I could be wrong. This has definitely been times where Kian has been wrong numerous times. Then we go to Public Disturbance. And this movie is interesting. Let's see.
It's YouTubers from Australia coming to America to do a show for Mike Tyson's daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
And that was a thing.
Yeah.
You can get it on Blu-ray and digital. Because that's what it's just going... I guess it's just going straight to digital.
Yeah, that's right. Are you sure they are from Australia? That's weird. Yeah.
My policy on that is if it has to go straight to digital, it's probably not that good.
I don't know.
Either that or...
movie went straight to digital.
Fair enough. I was going to say unless it's an independent project that's actually worth it. This does not seem like that.
I mean, I don't think the Smosh movie was like super good, but I thought it was like reasonably good.
Worth it.
It was worth watching because it was funny to me. To me, it was funny. Like to other people, I totally understand why it's not. Their YouTube Red movie was not as good as that to me, but you know. But like, yeah, no. So yeah. Then we go to Frenzy, which is just a fucking shark film.
I don't need it in my life. It's stupid. How are sharks still seen as the worst thing in the ocean? I mean, I get it. You're in the middle of the ocean and you got, like, nothing to be on. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot worse things than just a shark. There's dehydration, the chance that you don't get rescued right away, running out of food.
Yeah, but, like, no one's gonna be scared of dehydration watching a movie.
You see a lot of weird stuff when you're dehydrated.
Unless it's like that anime about cells.
Yeah, everybody loves that, don't they?
I don't get why. I don't get it. Personally, but yeah.
The internet loves it. Just let it just let it love
but
what
you
it
know
wants.
what I mean, though. No one's gonna be scared of that. Like everyone has that latent fear of the unknown, and sharks have always been that latent fear of the unknown.
But they're not! You literally can just punch one in the eye and you're good.
No, you really can't, though.
How?
Okay.
Turn that sucker upside down, he'd drown.
Yeah, but you can't!
How can't you?
Gil, are you fucking kidding me right now?
It's a shark. It swims toward you. It's good in the water. That's all it's got going
That's
for
what
it.
I mean.
It can't jump 50 feet like they always show in a movie.
The fear of the fucking unknown, though, in general, is like...
It's a shark. We learn about them in school. They're made of mostly cartilage. Just bring a knife with you and you'll be fine.
Well, we go to Wreck-It Ralph 2. And this is just showing you that there's like a drift racing scene and the Disney princesses are all in casual clothing.
That's really the best they gave us.
And Merida can't talk. And they make a joke about Pixar.
Which I don't get why.
Because she's like the only Disney princess that's canon that it was not technically made by Disney Studios.
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely, basically it just gave girls something new to cosplay. That's how I see it. Because right as that came out, every cosplayer's like, look at my nighttime aerial stuff. I'm like, oh man, really? Damn pictures. Just ruin everything. So can I just get something that looks cool that doesn't get cosplayed right away?
No.
No.
That's not how life works.
I know. I'm going to Star Wars Resistance and... This... I don't know.
The cell shading for everything but the characters is okay.
This looks like Ruby. Like, in the way it's animated. And to me, that's not good. Because it's a Disney Channel production. They should have more money.
They probably do, but they don't want to spend it on that.
I don't know. You think they would, though, to market it. Like, this looks like a super marketable thing towards fucking children for people to buy Star Wars shit.
Yeah, but they got
Like,
Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Right, I know. And
Why would they dump money into this when they have Star Wars The Clone Wars? Something that's already marketable as hell and is already made.
Yeah, but kids weren't, like... Younger kids know Force Awakens more than they know the Clone Wars. That's the thing. Like... The younger generation, because this is on the Disney Channel. This is the younger generation
still,
that you're trying to. Like,
the show came out in like 2010 at the latest,
right?
And it was still on the air for at least 4 years after
my
that.
My cousins know more about the Force Awakens than they do like the Clone Wars. That's the basis that I get is that like small children like the Force Awakens universe a lot more than they do, which is fine. Yeah. All of them are fucking dumb, Gil. Like that's the thing that I've learned about Star Wars. Everyone is like, the original trilogy's awesome. I'm like, I can poke a lot of fucking holes into this.
I mean, you can do that with a lot of movies.
Exactly, but you know, everyone's like, you know what I mean, though. Mm-hmm. Like, putting the original trilogy as the pedestal of what makes a good Star Wars movie is very laughable. Because if you were to make those today, everyone would be like, this is fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, they're trying that. Why do you think The Force Awakens is so bad?
I don't think The Force Awakens is bad. It's just, it's cliche. Visually, not bad. Like, none of these movies are directed badly at all. Like, they are all very visually pleasing.
That's cinematography, not directorial leadership.
The directorial leadership, though, is not that bad to me. The thing that gets me is the story. It has nothing to do, like... I think the basis of the reason why I don't like Star Wars as much is the story of the new saga is because like the reason I like the spin-offs better than I like the new ones. The spin-offs are their own legit stories and they do not rely on the Skywalkers and the Force.
Yep.
That is probably like if like I said, if The Force Awakens would have went on its own path of like not having to do with the Skywalkers and it was like based hundreds of years afterwards and like the Jedis just no longer exist and they find the Force again within themselves and something like that and go on like a spiritual Arthurian journey with it, that could have made total sense.
It could have, but it doesn't mean it wouldn't have ended up as hot garbage.
But you know what I mean though. Yeah. That's not we're not talking about like whether it would have ended up in hot garbage now. We're talking about why the Force Awakens is super reviled by people, which I don't understand the hate for. Like, I don't understand the aggressive hate towards anything Star Wars, I guess. Yeah. Like I never understood like people getting mad that they want to push like female leads if they're good. Like Rogue One had a really awesome female lead, and I do not think Daisy Ridley is that bad as a female lead. And then like people were mad that like Finn was black. Like, that was like...
Yeah, I don't get that.
When that first came out, though, there were people like, a woman lead and a colored person? Putting white people in the background. I'm like, what?
How often does that happen in everything else, though?
Yeah, that's what gets me, though, about that. Like I don't know. Because then, like, videos had there was tons of videos talking about, like, how that was, like, bad, and that's, like, bad for our society to see movies like that.
How?
Don't look at me, Gil.
I know, but that's a hypothetical.
Yeah, one person was like mad that Ghostbusters was turned into a woman movie because like it was a movie about 4 guys starting a business together.
I just think it wasn't a good movie.
It wasn't funny. Like I think it was like I said, that's not a bad movie. It was lackluster for script wise. There's only a few movies that are called bad movies, Gil. Like The Room. The Room is a fucking terrible movie.
Then you have poor taste.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It is a bad movie, but it's so bad it's really bad. But
yeah, there's no good in that. The only reason why it's good, air quotes, is because it's so fucking ridiculous. Every turn you go, what the fuck?
Exactly.
No, like I still think Justice League is a bad movie. Just all around because the story was bad, the cinematography was bad.
Momoa.
The cinematography was bad, and the character development in general was bad. It was rushed. It just, as a person who enjoys comic books, that was a bad movie. Just like Iron Fist Season 1.
Going on to that, Iron Fist Season 2.
Here's my thing about Iron Fist. I gave it a pass when it came out. And I think it was because like it was at the time Jay and I were getting kicked out of our house. And so we were living with Max, and I was like coping with like not having a place. So I was like, and when I was off work, I was just chilling watching Iron Fist. And I'm just like, oh, this is okay. I love the Kung Fu. And like the more I watch it, I'm like, this is really, really bad. I don't want it to be bad though. So like when people would text me, because like apparently I am the authority around these areas to either text me about comic books or anime. Because I get those texts a lot.
Because you're Asian.
Yeah, I guess. And they're like, so what did you think about Iron Fist? And I'm just like, I wanted to get a season 2, so I just gotta tell them it's good. They're like, I liked it, you should watch it. And in my head I'm like, it's fucking bad and terrible. And like, and in my head I'm like, it's wrong. And then I realized how right I was. When Eli told me, I did it, mine did it all. I'm like, okay. My opinion does not mean any. My opinion was, okay, it is bad. Good.
You haven't seen it?
The Kung Fu was really, really bad in it, and the only thing, like, the reason I really liked it is because I love the Immortal Iron Fist run. There were so many homages to it, and this looks like it's actually going to be a legit martial arts series. Like, this looks like you can see them actually fighting, and it doesn't look like choppy and bad.
Jump cuts everywhere.
It looks good. And it, like, you get, like, I'm just nerding out because you actually have the Iron Fist mask. Like, I know he wouldn't wear that in real life, and I get that. That's fine. But, like, just seeing that, I'm like, oh my god!
What about the green tights?
I would love that, and it's not green tights, technically speaking. He's actually wearing a gi, but...
Still green.
That's here. Yeah, you know what I mean, though. It's like that.
Isn't it also opened up like right here?
So the original one was a Tai Chi garb. The one that he originally had. It was like a Tai Chi garb, and it was open. It was green and yellow, and you could see his tattoo. It was supposed to be exploitation of martial arts films. Like the main character would always have it like that.
Or just like not have a shirt at all.
Yeah. But, no, I really do, like, that was Iron Fist for a while. He just didn't have a shirt, and he was just kicking people's butts.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's actually, like, the newer issues of Iron Fist, guys, I think you should actually, if you guys do not know anything about Iron Fist and want to get to know them, Power Man and Iron Fist modern run is super cool. It's the one where Luke Cage is, like, wearing suits and stuff. He's got yellow... He's wearing a yellow button-up with a black vest, and it's really, really good.
Does he still have the tiara?
No, he does. He hasn't had the tiara since the fucking 80s, Gil.
Darn, that's a missed opportunity.
No, it's not. But like, I highly recommend that run. Just also because I love Iron Fist's costume in that. It's Bruce Lee's tracksuit, but inverted colors.
So black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Instead of yellow and black.
Yeah, so it's like, it's the Iron Fist costume, but it has the Adidas-style stripes on it of the Bruce Lee homage, and he uses a 3-section staff. Powered by Chi. Like, it's so good. Like, if there are runs I think anyone should read, is the Immortal Iron Fist, and then Power Man and Iron Fist from the 80s, just because they're just really, really good. The best iteration of Iron Fist is, because we don't have very many,
Nope.
is probably from Avengers Assemble. No, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero season 2, where Hank Pym's stuff gets stolen by Scott Lang, who becomes the new Ant-Man, and he hires Luke Cage and Iron Fist. That's the closest, like, relationship-wise between Luke Cage and Iron Fist I enjoy. And then the runner-up is Luke Cage Season 2's interaction with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Like, that's still, like, that episode just makes me like, no one gives a shit about these two characters by themselves.
But put them together.
Just make Luke Cage and Iron Fist so Kian can be happy.
Turns out that's what they end up doing now.
I would be so excited, dude. I love, like, there is a super, like, that is probably my favorite dynamic duo. Like, if someone's like, what is your favorite comic book of all time? Like, everyone's be like, Spider-Man Maximum Carnage, because that's when Carnage was introduced, and Venom and him and Spider-Man team up and fight. Mine is definitely either the Immortal Iron Fist, just because of the homages to, like, classic Kung Fu cinema and samurai cinema, because, like, there's a Lone Wolf and Cub reference on one of the fighters. He's a samurai. He's the lost dog, and he watches over orphans. In the Lone Wolf and Cub-esque thing. Like, that is one of my favorite things. But, that, or just any Luke Cage, Power Man, and Iron Fist run. Or the time Luke Cage joined the Fantastic Four with Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, and Wolverine.
Is this when Spider-Man had that paper bag?
No, that was... See, that's when Spider-Man lost his costume and he had to, like, run to the Baxter Building real quick. You can all find that out later. But, no, but, like, I'm super excited for Iron Fist. People go to watch it. I hate that, like, the Defenders was so bad still. Like, comparatively. Like, it's a good show for what it is. But in the grand scheme of the Marvel's TV show universe, it just lightly ranks up from Iron Fist. Like, I still think, like, my ones are Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil Season 2. I know a lot of people don't like Jessica Jones because it's not action-oriented, but I love the noirs. I love crime dramas, and that's what it is. It was a psychological crime drama. So, I don't know. Then we go into the Goosebumps 2 trailer, and man, I just can't. Can't deal. I think this trailer's awful.
Because of the gummy bears?
Just in general, you didn't need a second one.
I mean, it makes money. Of course, you don't never need a second one for some movies, but they do it anyway.
I know.
Because it makes money. Also, I'm pretty sure one of those kids was in it.
Yeah, the bigger kid.
Are you body shaming?
No,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I said the bigger kid. The bigger one, and like he hit puberty too, so that was the weird part.
Yeah, that's a thing that happened. But basically, they open up a book, brings everything to life again. I don't actually know if again, because I haven't seen the first one. But apparently their biggest fear is gummy bears now.
Oh, Jack Black has nothing to do with this one. This is not... The Slappy is not voiced by Jack Black. Okay, that's sad.
Was he in the original?
He was. Jack Black played R.L. Stein.
Yeah, I know, but did he also play Slappy?
He voiced Slappy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Was probably busy with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, well, sure.
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Though, yeah. I don't know. I hope it's good.
A movie for kids at this point. It's for Halloween. It's so that they have something to go see while their parents are watching an R-rated Slaughterfest.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I hope it's good. I hope it's funny. I just, it's gonna probably make a sequel. So, yeah. Okay.
Trilogy.
Yeah. So, we're gonna talk about this. This is gonna be a super interesting one. American History X director Tony Kaye is breaking new ground by casting an artificial intelligent robot in a lead role for his next movie.
John would not be happy about that.
Yeah.
You completely forgot about John's distaste for
No, I know John's distaste for... That's what I thought about when I thought this article. John's like, I'm boycotting this fucking movie.
Probably.
He's like sitting outside of the Lamar's movie theater like, don't see this movie. The end is nigh.
I don't think he'd go that far. I think he'd just fly to Hollywood and destroy the robot. It knows too much!
Oh no, they put the Kevin Spacey protocol in it! Die!
Okay there. Easy. Roll it back.
I don't know. This is like a weird, like,
It's a weird concept, but it's interesting to see how far robotics has come.
But when they say main character, do they just mean like someone doing robotics? You know what I mean?
The robot itself is probably just a character.
You know what I mean, though? Like, what makes him the main character? Is it like just the software that talks to him? You know what I mean? That's where I stand here. Like, it could not actually just be. It probably isn't just.
He's not getting a salary. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. He's not a robot walking around. I'm pretty sure it's like gonna be like a software of some sort.
No, it's a legitimate robot.
How do you know?
They've shown pictures.
Really? That's fucking weird. No.
It's the whole point of calling it a robot. It's because it has a body. Otherwise, it'd just be software. It'd be the same thing as her. Which was just an iPhone voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
Disney's live-action Aladdin songwriters Justin Paul and Benj Pasek discussed the 2 original songs they wrote for the director's Guy Ritchie's remake. So apparently there's music in this? I have no idea.
So what I want to know is this technically Bollywood?
No, why would it be Bollywood?
Because it's got a lot of music.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it'd be Bollywood. Bollywood is only indie. It's still, like, Bollywood is also only made in India, in the Bali community.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Bollywood is Indian Hollywood. So, like, this would not count, no, because it's not.
But it has so much singing. It could count.
No. Did you see the new images of Mulan?
No, but do I really want to?
It does. It looks really good.
The only one I'm excited for is Ling. And that's just because I know who the actor is.
Yeah. It looks authentic, so I'm pretty down. Like, I love Mulan, though.
Is that the only one? Or?
Yeah, that's the one they have right now.
Not bad.
It looks very reasonable. Like, obvious. Ling? Who voices Ling? Who's playing Ling?
Freddie Wong? No, not Freddie Wong. I can't remember his actual. I can't remember his name. I know who it is. It's a Wong.
Jimmy Wong.
Jimmy Wong. That's who it is.
That's cool. I don't know. I really like Mulan. Is one of my favorite.
You ever seen VGHS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him. Yep, I knew who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really do like. I really do enjoy Mulan. I think it's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time.
It's a pretty good movie.
To celebrate his 50th birthday, Will Smith is bungee jumping out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon, raising money for charity in the process.
I mean, it's crazy, it's weird, it's for charity, so why not?
No, I think it's really awesome. That's interesting to me, though, just because it's like, woohoo, Will Smith doing Will Smith-ish stuff.
Yeah, is he gonna have a parachute, or is he just straight up bungee jumping out and then back into the plane?
Like, man, you don't need a parachute for bungee jumping.
What if the cord snaps?
Then he dies. That's a risk he took, Gil.
That's what I'm saying, though. There are safety precautions that take in place.
Rambo 5 gets an alleged plot synopsis, and the new character details casting is now underway on the long, gestating action sequel. Rambo teams up with journalists to track down and rescue a group of local girls who have been kidnapped by a Mexican sex trafficking ring after trying to settling down to a quiet life stateside at the family ranch in Arizona after spending decades abroad.
Rainbow?
Rambo.
Oh, Rambo.
Rambo. Here's my thing about this. This makes me like, I think it's too topical, I guess.
Taking on the sex trafficking?
With all the sex trafficking things going on, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, movies have done worse.
I know. It's just after like watching the Netflix documentary based on Where's Johnny, based on like the missing children of Des Moines, Iowa.
Sex trafficking.
We live near that area, so it like makes me uncomfortable to think about it, I guess. I know that's weird, guys. I know that's weird to say. But it does kind of make me a little iffy and like uncomfortable about that kind of stuff.
A lot of things go on in the world.
Yeah, I know, Gil. I get that. I'm just saying. The CEO of Blumhouse Production, Jason Blum, wants to help Universal save the Dark Universe, their classic movie monster cinematic universe.
No.
I don't think Blumhouse should be... Like, Blumhouse just makes cheap, scary movies. and they make their money back because they're cheap, and like people are like, well, it's like a movie that I can. Usually they're PG-13, so they can make their money back right away.
Yeah, because it's not good.
I don't think Slender was a Blumhouse film, but I heard that movie was awful.
Are you sure it wasn't? I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't think it was. We'll check it, but like, no, like I don't know. Blumhouse is also working. We have a news about Blumhouse in the video game.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because they're doing that Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
Yeah, there's something about that. We'll bring that up in the video games. It is not a Blumhouse film. It's a Screen Gems film.
Oh gosh, don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
At least Blumhouse, you know you're getting bad.
Oh no, everyone knows. Like Screen Gems has been here for a long time. They did they're a Sony corporation. They did Resident Evil and stuff like that.
So then people should have been expecting a bad movie with that too.
It's boring and derivative. That's what they said about the.
It's a PG-13 horror movie. What do you expect?
You can do PG-13 horror movies good.
Not usually.
Like,
name 5.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose terrified me as a middle school
I'll
kid.
give you that one. Name 4 more.
I think any Exorcism movie.
Okay, no.
Like the last Exorcism was actually a really, really good PG-13 horror movie because it hit on everything you needed in that suspense. Because that one was like more psychological, another psychological of like, is she just insane or is she possessed? So like there are the original Poltergeist.
Yeah, I'll give you that one too.
The original Poltergeist was scary. That's pretty much. Yeah, there's not really much. Like there's not much.
There's 2.
There's 3.
That's 2.
Like I'm counting the Last Exorcism as a
Fine,
scary.
I'll give you that one. That's 3.
Did you watch it?
No.
No. See, the Last Exorcism was a good one. There's a lot of my thing about that Slenderman movie is Marble Hornets did it way better.
Exactly.
Like they should have hired
people
those
on
dudes.
the internet do it better because they aren't restricted by ratings and are generally forced to be creative about it.
Well, there was no like R rating thing in the Marble Hornets one. It was just like
exactly. There's no rating system.
You have to
for
go
that.
back
They
and
were
see it,
forced
and I
to
thought
be
it was
creative.
super good. Like I don't know.
They're limited in what they can do in a more real sense, and anything they do bring out is just to create suspense in a way that they know will bring out suspense.
Yeah.
Because they're people that dedicate themselves to it. It's for them. It's a passion project. It's not gonna get them anything. It's not just a quick buck.
The original Kim Possible is going to make a guest appearance in the Kim Possible live action film, yo. Christy Carlson Romano.
There we go. Could not think of the name.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. I'm really excited.
Turns out she's her mother.
Nope, that's actually Marshall's Lily from How I Met Your Mother.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So here's the first look of, I totally forgot this was an actual thing, John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell in a Sherlock Holmes movie.
I didn't know I wanted it, now I do.
This is bizarre because like it's obviously, it's called Holmes and Watson. Do you know who originally was supposed to be Watson? Sacha Baron Cohen.
Huh.
Yeah.
Any reason for the change?
I don't know. I think scheduling conflicts.
Probably.
Yeah, this movie's been in the making for like. I heard about this 4 years ago.
God dang.
Like this movie is, like, I totally forgot that this actually existed, and like I don't know. It has to be a comedy, right? It's not.
It's supposed to be serious, but it comes off as a comedy, probably.
Do you think that it'll be I don't know.
It'll be something worth watching.
Okay, I'm gonna be this guy. I don't find Will Ferrell to be as funny as everyone else does.
I don't find your taste in movies to be as good as you think it is.
That's fine. Everyone has different tastes. Like I just personally do not find Will Ferrell that funny. There are a few rules. I love Will Ferrell in Old School, but that's because everyone is just fucking batshit insane. I like Will Ferrell's scene in Starsky and Hutch, where he's the prison convict talking to Starsky and Hutch and having Ben Stiller like rub his nipples, because that was just like bizarrely weird. And I like Anchorman and Ricky Bobby. Like everything else, Will Ferrell, like I did not find Step Brothers to be as funny as everyone else. Like everyone was just all up on Step Brothers.
It's a decent movie.
It's not like, oh my god, this is the best comedy in the world, and everyone was like that. I'm like, okay, guys, come on.
Talladega Nights did it better.
Yeah, dude, Talladega Nights is like just...
Yeah.
So, James Cameron's Avatar sequel could possibly include creatures found in the Flight Passage Ride City, ride at Disney's World's Animal Kingdom. Let's take a moment and just realize this. This is how I know Disney has taken control of Avatar. Is that they're taking, like, let's put our own Disney original characters from our Avatar ride into this movie for more marketing.
I mean, that could be.
They
could be using
They
it
didn't
for-
talk about this until Disney got bought out. Disney bought out Fox.
Oh, true. Fair enough.
So
I don't know. I just don't care enough about Avatar or its sequels. It's a okay flick if you got nothing else to go.
YouTube is very quickly removing a controversial jump scare ad for the Conjuring spin-off The Nun after numerous complaints from annoyed users. That's fucking funny.
That's hilarious. It did its job so well that people are now annoyed of it.
I don't know if it did its job so well. It's just that, like, people are just like, God damn it, I'm fucking sick of this. Like, fuck this. Ah.
I haven't even seen anything about it.
Yeah. So, did you watch John Wick 1 or 2?
No.
Oh, you need to watch them. They're actually...
I know, I've
highly
heard that,
recommend
and I kind of want to. I just...
They're a homage to gun fu that Kean really enjoys. Because Lauren Fishburne and Ian McShane are back for the sequel, and I really liked their roles in the second movie. So, yeah.
And it has Neo.
Yes. Filmmaker and producer Michael Bay clarified that he and his production company, Platinum Dunes, are no longer involved in the Dora the Explorer movie.
What the hell happened there?
I don't know.
Like, legitimately, what the hell happened there?
Like, last week we reported, the only reason I brought this story up is because last week we talked about it being a Michael Bay production.
And now it's not even Michael Bay anymore.
So, like...
What happened?
Where do we go from here? What do you think the movie's gonna be like now?
Probably not as stupid. Still pretty stupid, though.
Do you think it would, like, if she, okay, here's the thing. If she didn't wear the super bright colored Dora outfit, and, like, it was that same outfit, but contrasted to, like, a dark gray shirt and, like, khakis, and, like, actual boots, that could be, like, an Uncharted movie. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
dumb.
That sounds weird. No, but you know what I mean, though?
College Humor did it better with the crazy colored suit.
With Ariel Winters. But you know what I mean, though? Now it's just, like, too goofy. Like, I don't know, like, what are they... Where are they going with this? That's, like, where I'm...
I mean, do we want an Uncharted movie, though? I mean, it's basically a generic action flick. Indiana Jones.
I mean, I wouldn't mind an Uncharted movie. I actually really enjoy the Uncharted series.
You got the short film. Everybody loved that.
I did... Oh, see, that's another one that gets me.
You didn't like it?
It's not that. It's just, like, I don't understand everyone's dick hopping on Nathan Fillion being Nathan Drake. To me, that makes no sense, because they do not look alike at all. Like, the only thing they have going is they're both named Nathan.
That's all you need.
Like, the guy from Iron Man... The guy who played the main villain from Iron Man 2, Sam Rockwell, looks like a better Nathan Drake than fucking Nathan Fillion. That, again, that's here nor there. Tom Holland's going to be young Nathan Drake, so I'm really excited for that. So, back into this. Anthony and Joe Russo revealed that an early draft of Avengers Infinity War script included Howard the Duck cameo with Ken Jeong from Community voicing Howard the Duck.
That'd be pretty cool.
I just want a Howard the Duck movie, dude. Like, I know that sounds weird.
I mean, you got one in, like, the 80s?
Yeah, by
90s?
George Lucas.
Yeah.
Nah, I want, like, a legit, like,
Marvel movie?
funny Howard the Duck movie.
Marvel's first R-rated movie.
It wasn't R-rated.
I know.
It was PG-13.
It should have been, though.
It was PG with duck titties. Like, first 5 minutes was, like, duck titties. I was just like, what?
You did not know how to feel about that,
What?
did you?
No, I was just like, why are there duck titties in this movie? Because I watched it as a fucking high school student. I was like, oh, they're... Like, YouTube has all the bad-made Marvel movies, and, like, me and my friend were like, oh, we need to watch this. It's Marvel. I'm like, this is fucking terrible. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to think about this. But, like, they could make a good space adventure with Howard the Duck. Like, if there was a movie that would work, it would be Howard versus Rocket. Like, that would be the basis of a Looney Tunes-esque cartoon movie of them trying to get the same thing would make total sense, and I think would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but could you actually span that into a full-length movie, or would it be more?
I feel like you could.
Easily done as a 30-minute show.
I feel you could actually make it into a movie.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, they made Thor, like, as much as people do not like Thor Ragnarok, I actually really think it has a lot more heart than the first two Thor movies did. Because Taika Waititi, every interview I see about him, he really loved the script and loved doing it. So, like, to him, that was a passion piece. Where, like, the other directors were just hired on just cuz.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you get someone like Taika Waititi to do something like that, I definitely have my utmost, like, respect on that. So, we're going to talk about James Gunn real quick.
How Marvel wants him back, but Disney's like, no.
Even Kevin Feige is like, okay, I agree with Disney's thing. Now, like, they might use his script, though. I think that's the thing. It's kind of sad. I think that, like, sucks, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't find it fair to, like, I don't know.
Use a script but not have him direct it.
No, I mean, like, for his tweets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something that was done years back.
Almost a decade ago, dude. Like,
he apologized for it.
Yeah, like, that's where I get it. That's where I stand.
At that point, I'm pretty sure you could fire half the staff of anything, anywhere.
Oh, yeah, very much
what
so.
They have.
Like, that's the thing, if not saying this will ever get big, but if, like, the Roshan Bros podcast ever got big and someone's like, I can destroy a kid, they'd really look at one of my older tweets. I'm like, shit.
I mean, they just look at half the stuff we say.
It's not bad.
Except for that one video that we had to edit.
Yeah, well, you know, that's
not even us.
That's here nor there. Like, I had a stern talking with him afterwards. Like, that's the thing. Like, I did not just kibosh it. I just, I talked to him about what happened. I was like, you can't do that again. Listen, if you want to do stuff like that. I was very professional about it. And he was very understanding. He wasn't like, well, fuck you, and just throws shit. Like, he was very understanding. So, the extended Blu-ray of Deadpool has 15 minutes of unseen footage and the alternate ending where he kills Baby Hitler.
Baby Hitler?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I kind of want to grab it now.
Yeah. So, Ant-Man and the Wasp's producer Stephen Browse hints at further exploration of the quantum realm in the yet unconfirmed Ant-Man 3, which makes me excited because I really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I really hope that they do go more into it after Infinity Wars. Because, like, there's, like, a, not spoiler, but a fan theory going around about how Ant-Man helps stop Thanos. That's actually super interesting. That involves the quantum realm. So I really hope it's true. Fantastic Four co-writer Jeremy Slater apologized on social media for Josh Trank's lamented 2015 reboot that was made by the 20th Century Fox. So he's like, I'm sorry I wrote Fantastic Four Stick. But, like, it's a little too late. You know what I mean?
It's already been made.
I hate when writers do that. Like, that's the one thing. Like, I don't think directors and actors should get as much flack as the writers. That's what I've always thought when it comes to movies.
Director's job is to make it work. The script writers generally do set up the whole story, though.
But yeah, you know what I mean, though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the director is only given so much they can do.
They're given them way
component
the story's
of, like,
supposed to go.
how it's supposed to go.
Like, their job is to make it work, see if they can do anything to make it seem good. And they try.
That's what I mean, but, like, I feel like
some of the stuff is garbage, yeah.
I feel like the script writers should definitely get some flack, you know what I mean? Like, that's what has always gotten me about, like, bad movies. Like, unless you're Zack Snyder, who also wrote and directed a film, then, like, you're just a piece of shit and you're bad. Him and Michael Bay are up there on my list of, like, really bad writers, but really good visual directors.
Good visual presentation.
But they're really bad. Like, do not give that man a pen.
That's a shiny turd, but it's still a turd.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like I had this conversation with someone about, like, why I think Pearl Harbor is a god-awful movie.
Because it tries to be a romance and a war film all at once.
It's so not accurate either, though.
Yeah, true.
Like, she's like, I love that movie. I'm like, it's not historically accurate.
Or good.
She's like, well, what do you care about historical accuracy? I'm like, that's the entire point of the fucking movie.
A movie that's supposed to be based on historical representation.
That's what gets me about all these other, like, someone really, like, called me a curmudgeon about, like, when I hate when people say based on true events and things like that. I'm like, no, it's not. It's bullshit. Like, historical, like, that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do that, it's like, The Wolf of Wall Street is probably one of the most historically accurate movies I've ever seen. Because that shit actually fucking happened. Just didn't happen in the areas that they said. Like, there was that scene where Leonardo DiCaprio's character takes a bunch of Quaaludes and drives high on Quaaludes and unable to move his body, semi-paralyzed, but he wasn't in a Ferrari. That was the only thing that changed. He was driving another vehicle. That's the thing that blows my fucking mind about that movie. Is that, like, the crazy shit they showed, someone's like, yeah, it was actually crazier than that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the only, like, one that was, like, quote-unquote historically inaccurate is they didn't have midget tossing, but they brought it up.
They brought it up in casual conversation
Yeah, they
in the
brought it up
office.
as a possibility to have in the office, but they didn't want to, like, make fun of small people. Like,
progressive.
Yeah, but the movie just showed them doing it. Like, that's the thing that gets me. I was, like, reading this, I'm like, because I read the book. I was like, there's no way. They fucking, like, fibbed this entire thing. I'm like, holy shit. He ate a goldfish and shit like that. Like, that shit happened. It blows my mind. Nicolas Cage is set to play Spider-Man Noir in Sony's upcoming animated film Into the Spider-Verse. And he's basing the performance on Humphrey Bogart. God damn it. This is what I don't like. Humphrey Bogart was from Casablanca. So he talked like this, see?
What's your problem with talking like that, see?
I don't want to hear Nicolas Cage try to do that. Now, you see here, see? We gotta steal the national anthem, see?
There's nothing wrong with Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage. Because he already had bees in his eyes, see? Because he can't. There are bees in there.
I know you are I don't know if you're, like, ironically a big fan of Nicolas Cage or not.
Genuinely a fan of
Nicolas Cage. Okay, so you
it's
are.
It's a little bit of both.
Okay, I just don't know. Like, I just didn't know if you liked him because of his mean face.
He's just a fantastic person.
Longtime movie producer Charles Robro reportedly wanted Mark Wahlberg to play Green Lantern in DC's Warner Brothers DC Extended Universe. That's fucking...
No. Marky Mark. He'd have to bring his Funky Bunch back.
Oh, man. Batman. Hold on. We gotta talk to someone real quick. Hey, Superman. What up? I'm from Boston.
Oh, God. No.
He's like, oh, guys, don't worry. I know how to stop this. A good old catcher's mitt's like the Red Sox. Shh.
No. Please stop. You're hurting
Mark Wahlberg.
You're hurting any sense of pride a good Brooklyn person has.
Boston.
My bad.
Brooklyn. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Not Boston. That's all Mark Wahlberg does. Is just always plays a dude from Boston.
True.
He's like, I'm a scientist from Boston.
I'm an explorer from Boston. I'm a Navy SEAL from Boston.
I want to see Mile 22, but I know it has Mark Wahlberg in it, so it's just him being a dude from Boston, like, as a military guy.
Yep, basically.
So, the Flash movie is going to start production in February 2019. I'm really excited for this one. I really hope this one's good. It's supposed to be a time travel movie, akin to Back to the Future. And if Captain Marvel Shazam turns out good...
I'm still calling it Captain Marvel, I don't care.
Will Smith reported filming schedule firms up the delay of Suicide Squad to allow Bad Boys for Life to be filmed and Bright 2 to be filmed first.
Why would you go for Bright 2? I can understand Bad Boys, but why
Yeah, no,
Bright?
Bad Boys is awesome, but, like, yeah, no.
Bright?
Did
Really?
you watch Bright?
No.
Oh, it was bad.
Exactly.
It was bad.
I just saw CinemaSins take it down.
Yeah, actor Neil Gaiman says he would be
legitimately.
willing to write another episode of Doctor Who. This would make me super excited because some of my favorite episodes of the modern era of Who were written by Neil Gaiman. Like the Doctor and his wife is when the TARDIS becomes like a living person. And like it is so sweet. It is such like the TARDIS like talking about all the adventures they had and stuff like that throughout the years. It is such a sweet episode.
And then it ends with her dying, essentially.
We should come back to the TARDIS. So let's see. We do have the first photos of the chilling adventures of Sabrina, and it looks really fucking weird.
Isn't it supposed to be a darker take on the series?
It is supposed to be a darker take on the series.
Oh,
it's got like some murder rabbit man in the back.
So it's an actual coven.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's a little weird, yeah. I don't know what to think about this.
It's supposed to be a lighthearted series about a girl dealing with puberty in the form of witchcraft.
The Punisher Season 2 starring John Barenthal wraps up production. That makes me excited. And One Punch Man will not premiere until sometime in 2019. Which is... oh no, I'm so sad.
You don't care about it.
Here's my thing. I still think My Hero does the superhero genre way better for anime stuff. And I know that One Punch Man is supposed to be like a parody of shonen anime. I get it. But I don't know. There's something... I feel more connected with My Hero Academia than I do One Punch Man.
Most people do.
But like, I get why people like it. I just personally do not like it.
And that's a fair opinion.
So we do have questions. One of the questions was asked is, I know you guys talked about... hold on, I gotta get it. By Carrie, and he says, hey guys, I know you guys have watched Voltron Season 7, and I have a really awkward question for you. I'm not homophobic, but I would like to know, do you feel like media some days, such as Voltron and Steven Universe, are trying to shove an agenda down our throats? Gil?
Why me? Why are you singling me out?
He's asking, like, do you personally think that?
Not really, no.
Okay.
With Voltron, I mean, that's like probably the most of an agenda you'll get. That's just because we really don't get any development and relationships with the characters in general.
Mm-hmm.
The most we get out of that is Allura and Lance. And people are mad about that.
Like, people are dumb.
People are just... I don't know. Like, it didn't... Unless it's... like, the whole story is specifically catered to that and made to enforce that it's something that should be, like it's shoving it in your face and making it seem like it wants you to accept it regardless of your own opinions, then it's an agenda. But if they do it offhand, or if the story's actually kind of fitted to that in a way that's not shoving it down your throat, it doesn't really matter.
Do you think Steven Universe kind of shoves it down your throat?
Not really, no.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay. I just didn't know. I feel like people got that with Garnet. When people... you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was probably the only one. Because that one is definitely, like, over the head, like, they're lesbians and they...
Well, the whole point with those characters is that they are legitimately neither male nor female. They use female pronouns.
You know what I mean, though.
Yes.
Like, there are a lot of
there's
people...
also the fact that Pearl was in love with Steven's mother.
Yeah.
That they hardcore also kind of throw in everywhere.
But, like, that love could be, like, a love of, like, being free because of her and, like, being devoted to her.
Yeah. It's never just a one-sided thing. They always try to play up every relationship that they show.
Yeah. Well, my thing that was always interested is that, like, they play off Rose as being, like, non-monogamous in general. Like, because there was the scene where, like, they bring up, like, she's had multiple people she has had, like, things with. Mm-hmm. You know? And, like, that to me was interesting. Which then opens up the idea, like, I'm not trying to be, like, a weird person, but, like, what? How? But, like, no, I genuinely don't think a lot of this media does. I think that it's allowing us to, like, talk about it, I guess.
It's making it more of a thing that's shown rather than just hiding it or burying it in the ground.
I think that no offense, Carrie, but I think that you and, like, other people, I'm not trying to single you guys out, are just not ready for that conversation in your media. Because we've had this all the time. We've had this with like, gay characters in comic books. That's stupid and stuff like that. And why is Ellie a lesbian in The Last of Us? And things like that. So like, I just don't think like nerd culture is ready for that in a medium, as a whole, for medium wise. As shitty as that sounds, that's the thing I'm picking up. Is that like, I don't think they're ready to talk about kind of stuff like that. Which sucks, you know?
I don't know.
And Jeffrey does ask, I see you guys talked about Marvel Hornets the last time about the Slenderman movie. Is there any creepypasta that you think could actually make a good movie? And if so, what would it be and why? Well, I have something to tell you. Channel Zero does one really good creepypasta that I've always enjoyed. Pirate Cove in its first season. And it was super interesting and I really enjoyed it. Do I think that any creepypasta could be made into a movie? No. Just because they're so, like, outlandish, I guess.
But that's the premise for all horror movies, is that they're so far outlandish but still have a basis in reality.
Right.
My thought process is that they could, like with the SCPs, they could make those an anthology movie series. Or they could do some of the other stuff like Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the Killer freaks me out, so if they don't do that, that's fine.
Yeah, it's generally more if it's people involved with who actually made this stuff. Like if they get involved, they'll actually have a passion for it and want it to have a decent representation. My problem is that most people don't have anything big production in Hollywood wouldn't have that love for anything. It's just a quick buck to them. And
I think the SCP would make a good anthology series, but I also feel like do not crucify me, internet, the people like the SCP Foundation. I just think this would be kind of cool and kind of funny. Is the X-Files-esque, but make it kind of a comedy, because like some of the SCP stuff are like
comedic in nature, yeah.
Ridiculous, because like there's the 3D glasses one.
Yeah.
When you put the 3D glasses on, you see like monsters and stuff. There's a lot of comedic ones that are creepy. Like at first glance, you're like, "This is fucking stupid," and then you read it, it's like, "That's super interesting."
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were to find a writer who was smart enough to write stuff like that,
kind of like a New Timey Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah,
but more.
I would say more X-Files-esque.
Yeah,
but like funny. Like it could be super still suspenseful.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do horror comedy, and like I know this.
Because those genres generally clash. One wants to bring you up to suspense, and the other one wants to have you relax.
You know what one really did, though? Tucker and Dale versus Evil, to me, was like one of the best merge of that.
Yeah.
Because like at the end, the guy who was like you're supposed to like root for was the fucking crazy person. And it's like, yeah! So that's another one. So that's been our podcast, guys. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave comments down below if you have anything, like telling us how we say color washing in our
I'm not going there.
Battle Angel Alita trailer. I like more of those. Come on. I'm kidding. Also, check us out on Podbean if you're watching this on YouTube, and check us out on YouTube if you're watching this on Podbean. We have a bunch of content provided by Mr. Gil Ibarra over here. Cool writer Gil over here. As well as, if you want to help support us, Patreon is down in the link below. So, guys, thanks. Have a good time.
Bye.